All right, my people, let us sit down well because today's gist is very important. You know already, the matter of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been going on for a long time and everybody is watching. Now, the latest update is that the court ruling we were all waiting for, the ruling on his no-case submission, has been brought forward. Yes, my people, the date has been changed. It has been abridged. Instead of the ruling coming later in October, the court has moved it to September 26th. That means what we are waiting for next month is now coming sooner, this same week. Please, my people, before we continue, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel because this kind of gist is what I bring to you, fresh and clear. Now, for those who are asking, what is this no-case submission? Let me break it down. A no-case submission simply means that after the government or the prosecution has brought all their evidence, the lawyers for Nnamdi Kanu are saying, look, there is nothing here, there is no real case, so this man should not even continue answering questions. It is like saying, you have not shown enough reason why this man should stand trial. So if the judge agrees, it means Kanu does not need to bring any defense and the case could be thrown out at once. But if the judge disagrees, then the case will continue and Kanu will have to defend himself. That is why everybody's eyes are on this ruling, because it is a turning point. Please, if you are following, make sure you like this video now and also subscribe, because I want to continue bringing you the full gist step by step. The question now is, why did the court move the date forward? Normally, when dates are fixed, they don't often change unless the court has its own administrative reasons. But this one has been moved earlier, meaning the court wants to decide faster. That is why you see social media buzzing, supporters talking, and people already preparing for what might happen on September 26th. The lawyers too are preparing because they now have less time to get ready for whatever the outcome may be. Now let us think about the possible results. If the judge agrees with the no-case submission, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be free of those charges. Imagine the celebration that will follow in some parts of the country if that happens. People will dance, people will say justice has come. But if the judge rejects the no-case submission, then the story continues, because Kanu will now have to defend himself in court. That means the trial will get longer and more evidence, more witnesses, more legal arguments will come. Either way, this September 26th will be a day of decision. My people, are you following? Please don't forget again, like this video, subscribe, and also drop your comments because your voice matters. Now, let me also touch on why this case is not just about the court, but about the nation. For IPOB supporters, this case is everything. They believe their leader is innocent and should not even be standing trial. For the federal government, the case is about law and order, about saying no to what they see as acts of terrorism or unlawful activity. For the ordinary Nigerian watching from the side, this case is about peace and stability. That is why whenever the court sits on this matter, the whole country listens. And that is why I am breaking it down for you in very simple words. So my people, let us continue to watch and wait for Friday, September 26th. This is not just another date. It is a day that could change the direction of this whole trial. And remember, I will be here to give you the update once the ruling is delivered. Before I continue to the next part of the gist, I want to remind you, please like this video right now and subscribe, because it helps this channel grow and it helps me keep bringing you this important gist. Now, my people, let us talk about how we even reached this point. You see, this trial has been moving step by step for a long time. At first, the federal government brought charges against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, saying he was involved in activities that threatened the peace of the nation. They called witnesses, they brought documents, they tried to show evidence. After they finished their side, what we call closing the case, the ball went to Kanu's lawyers. And instead of calling their own witnesses, the lawyers said, no, there is no case here. What the government has presented is not enough. That is how this no-case submission came into play. Now think of it like football. One team has played their half, but when it is time for the other team to play, they say, referee, This match should end here because the first team didn't score enough goals. That is what the no case submission is like. The defense is saying there is no goal, no real evidence. End it now. But the referee, in this case, the judge, must decide if the match continues or not. That is why this ruling is so important. Please, my people, don't forget, before we go further, like this video and subscribe. It keeps the gist moving. Now let's look at what might happen depending on the decision. If the judge rules that there is no case, then Kanu will be discharged. That means he will no longer stand trial for these particular charges. You can imagine how his supporters will react. They will say, justice has spoken. They will celebrate, and it could even change the way IPOB is viewed across the world. But if the judge rules that the case must continue, then it means Kanu must open his defense, bring witnesses, and explain himself in court. That could take months, even years, before a final decision is reached. The interesting part here is that everybody is waiting, not just in Nigeria, but outside the country too. You see, whenever Kanu's name appears in the news, international media also pick it up. That shows how big this case has become. It is not just a Nigerian matter, it has become a global matter. And the ruling on September 26th will be carried by every major news platform. That is why the court bringing the date forward shocked many people. It is like fast forwarding a movie to the main scene. Now, let us also talk about the judge. You know, judges are meant to be neutral, to look only at the evidence before them. Justice James Omotosho, the judge in charge of this case, will not be looking at emotions. He will not be looking at pressure. He will only be looking at the evidence and the law. That is how it should be. But still, in a country like ours, every judgment carries the political weight, especially one as sensitive as this. So while the judge will be focused on the law, the people will be focused on the meaning of his decision. My people, are you following me? If yes, please like this video right now and subscribe. Let's also think about security. Anytime there is a court date for Kanu, security agencies prepare heavily. You will see police presence, you will see checkpoints, and you will see people watching carefully. Why? Because of the emotions surrounding this case. Supporters come out to show solidarity, and sometimes tension rises. That is why the government always deploys security to make sure things don't get out of hand. As we approach September 26th, you can expect that the security presence will be strong again. Now, let us go a little deeper into what the lawyers have been saying. The defense has argued that the charges against Kanu are not properly supported by law. They say the government is using old laws, weak evidence, and emotional arguments. On the other hand, the government lawyers say they have brought enough material to prove their case. They believe that once the court looks at everything together, the judge will see that Kanu should face trial. This back and forth is normal in law, but when it involves a personality like Kanu, every word becomes headline news. The truth, my people, is that whichever way the judge rules, it will not end the story. If the judge frees Kanu, there may still be other legal or political issues to resolve. If the judge says the case must continue, then we still have a long road ahead. So the real question is, what does this mean for Nigeria as a whole? And that, my people, is where we need to pay attention. But before I touch that part, please don't forget to like this video now and subscribe, because I am giving you the gist the way you can understand it. Now, let's enter into the heart of the matter. What this ruling means for Nigerians as a whole. You see, this case is not just about one man, it is about what direction the country is going. Many Nigerians are tired of insecurity, tired of violence, tired of division. So when they hear Nnamdi Kanu court case, they see it as a test of how justice in Nigeria works. If the court shows independence and follows the law, it gives people hope. If the decision is seen as unfair by any side, then tension may increase. That is why this ruling on September 26th is not just a legal decision. It is also a decision that will shape the emotions of millions of people. Now think about it. IPOB supporters have been saying all along that their leader is innocent. If the no case submission succeeds, they will say, you see, we were right all this while. That could boost their confidence, and you may see bigger movements, more gatherings, more calls for independence or dialogue. On the other side, if the court rejects the no case submission, the federal government will see it as proof that their case is strong. They will likely push the trial forward with more energy. Both ways, the tension is real. Please, my people, don't just listen. Like this video and subscribe right now so I can keep bringing you this balanced gist.